So here we are back again. You've watched the video of the supplies, which are right here. More, I think most women, well, I don't know, but some people stand up and pee with the catheter into the toilet, and when I'm traveling, that's what I do. When I'm home, I sit down on the closed toilet and cath into this little cup. Because I'm so new at this, I still want to monitor my urine output. So I use a little plastic measuring cup, and that is my comfort zone. So you'll find your comfort zone. I like to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to have a good urine output. So what happened, I'm going to lift my shirt, and there'll be a little patch here. I'm going to take that off. There'll be a little stoma there. My belly is kind of wiggly and jiggly, so if you don't like to look at that, you won't want to watch. I have a scar that goes from here all the way down to here. You'll see part of that. So here we go. This is what cathing your Indiana pouch is kind of like. I'm going to lift up my shirt. So that's the little piece of gauze we keep over it. This is the stoma. You can see how tiny it is. There's kind of a darker ring around it, but it's really just the size of my pinky nail. And I take today I'm using an alcohol swab. I swab with one side of it. I take the catheter. This is a 16 French. They come in all different sizes. The French is a way to measure how big it is, the little hole at the end. They come clear, they come red, they come curved, depending on what's best for you. I put a little lube on my finger. You have to lube the catheter so that it doesn't injure the tender tissue of the stoma and the pouch, because they're made of intestine. So we're going to insert this, and it doesn't hurt at all. There are tighter places along the beginning of the pouch that are put there on purpose to help keep urine from coming back out the stoma. When you first get this done, it's tender, but it is not painful. And it really isn't painful. You don't feel anything. You feel pressure when it goes through those little tight spaces, but it is not painful. It's never painful. It's never been painful to cath. So you put it in, and sometimes the urine doesn't start to flow. This time it started. Sometimes if the mucus, which is naturally made by intestinal tissue, clogs the catheter, you put it in, it won't come out. Don't panic. Just cough a little, cough, like that, hard, and it usually starts to flow. If for some reason it's not starting, take it out, throw it away. Deep breathe. Let your belly muscles relax, let your back muscles relax, let your mind relax, and get a new catheter, try again, and cough. Sometimes gently pushing it in and out, sometimes turning it a quarter turn. So this is flowing really nicely. Not a lot of mucus. Sometimes mucus comes right at the beginning, and I have to cough to get it started, and sometimes it comes at the end, sometimes it comes in the middle. If the urine flow is going along, all of a sudden it just dramatically just stops. Usually that's because of some mucus, so you turn it and pull it in and out gently, and you really will get to know how you will get to know the personality of your cathing time. So now that stops. I'm going to push it in a little and then start it again. When you push the catheter in, it just kind of goes around inside of the pouch in a circle. So every time it finds fluid, it is released through the catheter. And sometimes, because it's not a perfectly round pouch, it does find little pockets. Sometimes it will hide. Oh, here it comes, see? And sometimes that happens, sometimes it comes out when it's way in like that, and sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on how much urine is in there, which depends on what you've had to eat, salt, water retention, how much you've had to drink. So it's still coming out a little bit, which is very, and I notice now that usually I get, every 4 hours, I get a cup of urine, which is, for me, the way I'm living, it's good. Sometimes I get a little more, again, depending on, sometimes it's almost 2 cups like now, and sometimes it's barely a cup like last night. But everything being equal, you know, in the long run, 2 cups here, a quarter cup there, everything's coming out. All right, so I think I've gone in and out. I've turned a cup a little bit, quarter turns. Those help for some reason. I don't know why. So you can see. Now I'm going to flush. Push it in a little bit. Take my syringe, which has been pre-filled. Push this in. You don't feel any pressure. I feel like a coolness. Sometimes I see if it'll come out. Nope. And you just drain that out. This helps with keeping the mucus not so thick and viscousy. Is that a word? I know viscous is. The flush may or may not all come out. That's okay. It's saline provided. You can get it at any medical supply store. It's also provided by your medical provider when you get home from surgery, and they send it to you, depending on what your insurance is. So that's it. So now I'm going to take it out. And when I take it out, there's always something in the catheter, so I make sure I keep it over the cup. I'm going to wipe my stoma again, briefly. So swipe. I put a little square piece of gauze on. Again, the gauze is sent to you. They don't usually send you enough, but you can buy it at any CVS store. There's different kinds of gauze. There's this CVS brand is really nice and soft. There are brands that aren't quite woven so tightly, and they just seem a little scratchier. And that's it. And then you're ready. When you first come home, you do cathing every couple of hours through the night and through the day, and every week you gradually increase that. So now I go between 4 and 5 hours during the day, and at night I go 7 hours. So from 11 to 6 I sleep. That's awesome. If you have any questions, if you need support, if you need anything by way of encouragement and understanding, feel free to contact me through the blog. Namaste.